Alexandra Villarroel Abrego, and you're watching another episode of A.V.A. Wednesday. Today's episode is going to be about why can't you move on? Why can't you forget the past, or a past relationship, should I say. I'm not going to read a specific question because this is actually a question that I've received many times from people all over the world, men and women, from all ages really. People who ask me, why can I move on? Why has it been 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and I'm still thinking about my ex, and I'm still thinking about the past? So why can I move on to better things and other things? So in today's video, I'm really going to say the 3 reasons why you can't move on. Maybe it's one of the reasons, or maybe it's going to be more than one of the reasons that make you not be able to move on really. So I hope that this video is really going to help you to be able to understand why you can move on, and so then begin the healing process. So let's start. The first reason why you can't move on is very often because you romanticize and you idealize the person and the relationship that you had with the person. So what you're doing very often is that you're thinking about the great times that you spent with the person. You're thinking about the good memories. You're thinking about the sweet words that the person said to you. You're thinking about the laughter, about the good times, and all of that. And it's always good. You know, it's always good to remember the good times that you had with the person. But if all you do is just think about those things, and especially you do that while you know that you still didn't move on, what's going to happen is that you're going to say, oh, well, maybe I should get the person back. Maybe I should be with the person still. And you're going to start missing the person. So what you have to do instead, if that is your case, well, you have to start thinking about, well, if you're not with the person anymore, it's probably because something wasn't working, right? If you are not in a relationship with the person anymore, it is because the relationship simply wasn't working. So there's something that wasn't working between you two together, basically. So you need to start thinking about the not so good times that you had with this person, about maybe not the bad memories, you know, it sounds kind of very negative, but think about the reasons why you are not with the person anymore. Why didn't it not work out? Why didn't that relationship work out? Start thinking about that instead, and you're going to see how it's going to maybe help you to move on. The second reason why you are still thinking about the person and why you can move on, it's simply, and I know a lot of people like that, it's simply because you don't understand that not every relationship that you go through in life is meant to last your entire life. Do you know someone who, whenever they meet someone new, they're like, oh, I met my soulmate, you know, I met the woman of my dreams, I met the man of my dreams. 6 months later, the person says the same thing about someone else, and a year later, the same thing about another person. And it's just like this person doesn't really understand that not all relationships are meant to last, because there are certain relationships in your life that you go through simply to learn the lessons that life is meant to teach you, really. So there's people who walk into your life to teach you a lesson. Once they teach you that lesson, they leave. And there's other people, of course, who are going to stay. So right now, if you are not with the person that you are thinking about and that you're missing, it's simply because that person came into your life to teach you a lesson. And if you're still thinking about the person about the past, it is because you didn't learn the lesson. And that is what they call the wheel of karma. What happens, and I'm not going to talk too much about this, is that when you are stuck in the wheel of karma, what happens is basically you don't learn the lesson, so you keep on living and experiencing similar situations and similar things really in your life. So once you learn the lessons, once you understand why something happened, why it didn't work out, what this person had to teach you, well, you will be able to get out of the wheel of karma and not live the same experiences over and over again. So it's very important, if that's your case, if you think that every single person you meet is your soulmate, it's very important that you understand that no, not every person you meet is your soulmate, but also that you learn the lessons that this person in this relationship was meant to teach you. Because once you do that, you will finally free yourself really, and you will finally be able to move on. So that's the second reason. And finally, and I would say that this is the most important reason, I think that this is the most common one, it's simply because you don't know your worth. You don't know how worthy you are. And the reason for that, and the reason why it makes you not be able to move on, it's simply because since you don't know your worth, you think that you're not going to be able to have better than your last relationship. You think that you don't deserve to have someone better, someone greater, someone more amazing who's gonna love you more. You think that, oh my God, this relationship didn't work, I miss this person, I am destined to be alone for the rest of my life. And that's because you don't know your worth. If you knew your worth, you wouldn't be wasting your time year after year thinking about the same person, about the same old relationship that didn't work out in the first place. You would be moving on to better things, really. You would be advancing really in life. Life is about progress. It's about becoming better. It's about having better things. That's really what life is all about. So if you knew your worth, you would be like, okay, didn't work out. That person taught me a lesson. The relationship did as well. Now I am a better person, so I will find a better person as well. As simple as that. So if that's your case, if you don't know your worth, well, of course, you're going to need to work a lot on yourself. So instead of thinking about that other person and that other relationship, don't waste all that energy and time, and instead take that energy and time and take it for yourself, really, to work on yourself and the relationship that you have with yourself, really. So that is it. I hope that these 3 reasons why you can move on to better things did help you to move on and to forget about the past, forget about your ex relationships and your exes. Really, it is not worth it. Of course, if you just broke up with someone, it's been like a few hours or a few days, well, of course it's normal to still think about the person. Take your time, but don't waste years on it, okay? It's time to move on to better things, like I said. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and especially if you know people who are going through the situation, kind of post it on their wall or something on Facebook, kind of to indirectly tell them the message. Also, don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single Wednesday. And you can also go on my website, AlexandraVillarroel.com, and you can subscribe to my email list. And that is it for today. I will see you in exactly 1 week. I am Alexandra Villarroel Abrego, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.